She's just gonna sit there and freaking lay down. Hey. Yep, there he sits. He's coming out to hang out with me. Okay, as you can see by my orange attire, opening morning and early muzzleloader season, and still archery season. And I done messed up this morning. I missed a nice doe behind me in the field. She was right out here. She was on the very edge of the woods in the soybean field. From here it's like 65 yards. I mean, I should have hammered her. I had a good clear shot. She was standing perfectly still. I think all I did was knock down some soybeans. I don't know how I missed her, but that's how it goes. She stood there looking at me. It was a clean miss. She stood there looking at me, bewildered. And she walked a little bit more out into the field, walked a bit down along the edge of the hedge, and then walked down behind me. And I just couldn't get the gun reloaded quick enough to get a second shot at her. She stood there and watched me for 2 or 3 minutes. She didn't know what the noise was. She just seen the smoke, I think, and that was it. I seen one more yearling came over the hill, so I let her pass. And then I seen another doe come out behind me. It's pretty frustrating, actually. I think I'm gonna put another stand in this clearing down below me. I don't have a clear shot to that clearing from here because the trees are so thick here. But man, I see deer coming on the edge of that clearing all the time. I think today I might take the time and move a stand down there. I seen 2 more does come out, and then I had a young, like a 6-point buck came out. He was pretty nice. He was a narrow rack, but he was pretty tall. He had nice long brow points and stuff. He was a 6-pointer. He was a good legal buck for me. But he came out, and the doe was in the field down here, and she stopped and looked around, and then he came out. I heard him running through the woods, and then he started pushing her, and then she turned and then went back into the other side of the clearing, and then he followed her. He didn't stay around too long. He came out and he followed her. The funniest thing, I just had a raccoon climb up the tree behind me here, this big old oak tree. It's got a big split in it, and then it's hollow. The one trunk of it is pretty hollow, and it has a big hollow, like where a branch had broken off of it. And he just climbed up the tree here, came up, he sat in the branch, he looked at me, then he crawled back down the one branch, and he's asleep now in the crotch of the tree over there. Funny as hell. He wasn't even perturbed. He came right up, he was looking, he sat right there looking at me. But I think my deer activity has ended for the morning. All my activity I've been seeing on trail cameras, it's either here, unless it's during the rut, it's either very first thing in the morning or like the last hour of light at night. That's the only time you see deer moving. They rarely will you see one moving during the day. The only way you're going to get one moving during the day is somebody pushes one out, or say if the guys were mowing the crop field or something like that and they got pushed. Other than that, they're bedded down. I think it's about 9-ish, 9:30ish, something like that. Man, I should have been packing that freaking deer out. Yeah, she gave me I mean, I was here since before it got light, of course. That is a squirrel running around. And she came right over the hill just as planned. She was a little bit out of archery range, but well within muzzleloader range. The clearing behind me here, like I said, it's a frustrating setup when it's leaved in, so I can see the deer moving around, but I can't get a good clear shot. behind me, there's like a little pocket here, a little pocket here. So they have to stop just perfect. But I'm gonna put a stand up there. I should have done that last week. I've been wanting to do that all season and I just haven't got to it. But leaves are coming down. Fall is here. All right, want to sit a little bit more. I got some work to do on the farm, and then I'll be back out in the evening time and see what happens. Hopefully our look changes. Hopefully my bone collector hat comes through. Oh, how frustrating. I mean, that's how it goes. 2 seasons ago, I missed another deer with my muzzleloader first thing in the morning. Usually I'm pretty good with the muzzleloader. I don't know, I must have got a bit of slickhead fever or something this morning. I'd be losing the shirt tails for that one. There's no excuse for that. Oh well, we'll sit and see what happens. He has no clue that I'm here. I think that's the same buck I seen last time. He's just a big spike. He's not legal for me. Well, it's the second sit of my opening muzzleloader. And I've had a little spike buck within about 10 yards of me for the past 30 minutes. He's right there. He's like 45 yards now. He came in, he fed right under the stand. Now he's walking across the field. I seen a smaller spike buck in the field, in a level in cut here behind me. But I have not seen any does. It's almost quitting time now. All I've seen are spike bucks. That was pretty cool though. He came within 10 yards. He was right under the stand. I did see a small 6-pointer this morning. He was legal. I did find right on the point of the field here, they made a scrape on the edge of the field under a tree. So I'm gonna maybe add some scent to that, and then I made another mock scrape on the other side of the field here, and that young spike buck that came out earlier on was checking that out. Now that little buck that was under me, he's in the field there. You can see him. But no more does. I've got about 5 minutes of shooting light left. That was pretty cool though. He was right on me, but he didn't know I was here this time. It's funny, that buck I shot last year had a red colored like patch of hair between his antlers. That buck has the same patch of hair. It's like a dark red color. Pretty unusual. Alright, we'll sit for a few more minutes, but I think that might be a wrap.